Hey guys, Colton here from the EV Kingdom, and welcome to part 2 of What If Ruby Was a Speedster. Sorry this took a lot longer than I originally planned. It's just life happened, and a lot of things also happened. And I was busy. Anyways, yeah, sorry. Anyways, I've been thinking a lot more about some other what ifs, so I had to remind myself what happened in this one. And what happened in the last part was I went over how Ruby gained her powers. Here's what all she knows about her powers. And also the events of Volume 1. Where in this timeline, Roman didn't really get to play a big part. Alright, heck, Cinder played a bigger part here. Despite not really being introduced till the next volume. But yeah, it's mostly because Ruby's initial speed is faster than what normal people are expecting of her. Also, shockers. Anyways, after basically going through the events of Volume 1, where honestly, not a lot of changes has happened. Yeah. But when we got to near the end of Volume 1, Ruby was there and doing a lot more. And this was her and Cinder's very first fight. Right, which was pretty even due to Ruby's speed being faster than Cinder, but Cinder had more variety to her power. In a Neo jump scare later, Ruby finds out she can heal normally, but they do realize, yeah, I may have a faster healing thing, but I still can't regenerate anything. But that leads to Volume 2, and during the small vacation period, and Ruby and Yang have been practicing getting Ruby's speed up faster. And with Blake and Yang now, Blake and White's now being in the loop of what Ruby can do, they join in too. Meaning their initial battle speed, reaction timing, is now improving gradually as well. While Ruby is also focusing on getting faster. Realizing that, yeah, if she's predictable, they're gonna catch her no matter how fast her top speed is. Also, she gets curious and tries things out at random, trying to figure out what else she can do. I like the idea of her just flailing her hands around, creating gusts of wind, until she realizes if she focuses on a movement, she can create a vortex. So yeah, now she has vortex hands. And frankly, I do believe Ruby would figure that out before anything else. But yeah, she slowly gets faster, and by the time the events of Volume 2 start, Blake, Weiss, and Yang's battle speed or reaction timing, whatever you like to call it, have increased a lot. And Ruby's natural speed also increased. Even if it's a small amount, it's still a huge increase. The food fight would still happen as in canon, and Ruby's just a little bit faster than in canon, or more faster than in canon. Either way, that goes the same. Now, their undercover mission also goes about the same. And for the entire first part. Alright. Weiss and Blake still go... Weiss and Ruby still go to the tower. Weiss still has their call. Ruby meets Penny again. Where Penny didn't really have much of a combat focus there. So she's a little bit... she's not... Point is, she's still allowed to be with Ruby, or at least hang out with her, but she's still on a short leash due to wandering off. And everything else goes the same until we get to Blake's side of the event, where when she gets to the White Fang Recruitment Center, she doesn't see him Roman or Cinder. She sees someone whom she didn't expect to see at all. Now, if you're able to pick up on this, good on you. If you can't, well, to be fair, here it's okay. But she sees Adam. Now, I was wondering if Adam would be here because I assumed he was on a mission before or the events of Volume 3, but he also got back by the end of Volume 2. I think after realizing that the person Cinder hired had failed, he decided to put things into his own hand and complete the mission much faster and probably with more force than needed. But due to this, Adam's there. And Blake's panicking. And the talk still happens a little bit, but in Adam's tone of voice rather than Roman's. And Blake turns off the lights before Adam even sees him, wanting to get out of there as soon as possible. Which still leads to the chase. I believe Adam would still use the mech, mostly because it's a mech, and it saves him aura. So that fight would still go the same. RWBY would get there in time and start speed blitzing in the mech. And mostly to try wearing down some of its parts or create enough force to break it through. Who knows? Also, I did get a comment in one of the past videos of this saying that at the one punch I said, and RWBY wouldn't have the infinite mass punch, was a Superman exclusive. So, thinking about it, yeah, maybe she could have it, but time travel is still off the table. No time travel here. Yeah, I don't want this series to last forever. Or technically. Or with many changes that would basically make this a fanfiction. And in terms of story. But still, But still, the mech will eventually go down. Blake is still panicking, but she's capable of keeping herself calm for a little bit until Adam comes out. Yang goes for a punch like in canon, but after RWBY's speedster is able to see things happen a lot slower than other people, so RWBY would pick up on the fact that Adam's not even worried. And gets Yang out of the way beforehand. And so Yang keeps her arm here, which is good. Now, the fight would basically be Yang, Weiss, and RWBY while Blake's in the back panicking. And keep in mind, she did panic when she seen Adam. Even if she was confident. And at that point. This is early on, so yeah. Leading to a longer fight than what happened in canon, but Adam's still the more skilled fighter. And after a while, police sirens start appearing, and Adam just ends up leaving. And after creating a distraction for the girls. They return to school. The dance part happens as in canon. And with RWBY, he's still being RWBY. And Blake being a little bit more tired than before. To Yang and Blake's conversation. And helping her calm down a lot more. Or if the conversation made Blake... I'm gonna scale this because here Blake's seen Adam again, which she didn't in canon. So if she was a 8 on the scale of sleep deprived, I'd say she's a 9. And after the talk, if in canon Blake I think went down to a 3, she would be at a 4 or maybe 5. I'm just saying, the point I'm trying to make with this is, even though Blake is able to get calmed down and be able to relax a little, the realization that Adam's now around and working with this girl is still making her panic. Is still making her a little bit on edge. Well, more on edge than she was before. But the dance still happens as in canon. Ruby leaves. She sees Cinder. She goes to the tower. And here, the fight goes a little bit differently. Now, before they were already on equal terms. RWBY got faster and discovered a new ability. He has in Vortex X hands. Meaning when Cinder tries going for a more long range approach, trying to not let RWBY have any time. And RWBY just creates a vortex to basically neutralize her bow and arrow. Now, and this fight lasts a lot longer. RWBY being able to close the gap Cinder tries making for her to escape, leading to Cinder even using her fire, which does catch RWBY off guard, but she still manages to keep up, even in sucking out the oxygen from the fire. It's possible that Cinder would end up using her fire to create a fire that would hurt others. RWBY being RWBY, he would try saving them, eventually figuring out that she could suck the oxygen out of the flames. And then we'll try looking for Cinder again. And Cinder managing to have enough time to switch out of her outfit and blend into the civil citizens. Leading to the last part of Volume 2, the mission, where the entire beginning happens the same, and Oobleck asks Team RWBY questions, and they have their talks, Zwei's there. All of that still happens the same. When RWBY falls in and gets captured by Adam, in the White Fang, Adam does want to just cut her down, but realizes that he could possibly use her to bring Blake to him, with RWBY realizing she needs to get out of there. And while they're holding her, she doesn't believe she can run. And with this much weight on her. They're trying to just speed up and get out of their grasp, accidentally phasing. And she will remember that feeling, but right now he realizes she's free from her hold and starts booking it. Now, being a lot faster and able to use it at a near indefinite amount of time, she manages to catch up with her team. And tells them what's going on and realizes they're probably gonna try booking it or exit. Yeah. They realize they're probably gonna start evacuating that base, and the train things happens the same. Okay. No Neo here means Yang doesn't fight her. Meaning when he reached the big guy with the chainsaw blade, Yang fights him. And with Blake and Weiss heading to the next car, or over. Leading them to Adam. Now, Blake's second encounter with Adam was a little bit more calmer and not in a full panic state. And, with Yang helping helping calm her down. She's more of near that level. Bullheadedness. Adam still scares her, but she realizes she has other people with her, and she's not fighting him alone. Adam sees Blake and also Weiss. He's hating the cheese. He's in more battle hungry mode, and then taunting mode. And this fight goes around even. And for a little bit, Adam's still the better fighter out of the two of them. But Weiss and Blake also have a better reaction speed due to training with someone who can basically outrun everything on the planet at this point. Or eventually will be able to outrun anything on the planet. Point is, it's going pretty even until Blake and Weiss starts running out of aura and also running out of steam. And Adam's still flailing his sword. Lord Yang comes and it does bring the fight back to even. But Yang is still exhausted from the last fight too. I do believe Yang would win that fight, mostly due to how her semblance is. But due to that, she doesn't have as much aura, so any hits from Adam would either shatter her aura or take her arm off. But judging from how much time's going on, I'm gonna assume Yang's aura just shatters. Whereas and Blake and Weiss are running low on it. And the train does crash through the ground, unlike a cannon, leading to the grim invasion. Now, Weiss and Blake still have a little bit left in the tank, while Yang's basically out of commission, and due to her aura needing to recharge. And there's a lot of grim going on, so Ruby's just trying to speed through them, cleave through any she can, realizing the birds are going to be difficult, so she has to switch to her old sniper mode. She's constantly running, so she's building up energy. And when she starts pointing a crescent rose to one of the Nevermores, I do believe some of the lightning she's built up would travel through, or charging it, or firing the lightning at it. Yeah, I'm just throwing out some abilities I believe RWBY would figure out throughout this, or accidentally find out. Here, however, RWBY remembers notes that, wow, that was efficient. And also still in the middle of fighting all of them, so she basically just tries running through them, and if she throws lightning, good. If she doesn't, no big deal. She's basically learning as she goes. Since RWBY's... I don't know if the army would appear. Here, Team Coffee, definitely, along with Team Juniper, which would definitely give them an upper hand. But RWBY's also speed blitzing a lot of these guys, these Grimm, so... it's really been a while since I thought of this. What if... Okay, I'm gonna say the army comes, but there's a lot less Grimm in there when they do. So, they have the army isn't as impressive, if here. But it would still happen, and Team RWBY is more exhausted, RWBY especially due to how much speed she has been using. But they're still in good condition. And no one's physically harmed to the point of not needing to be there. Which changes what I originally thought would happen. But it does bring me back to what I was originally intending, and before thinking of that idea. Anyways, I'm gonna stop it here. Volume 2 ended, and I really need to start thinking about this series again. And, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. So you never miss another video, and share it with others. And by doing those, it helps the algorithm recommend my videos to other people. Also, I read your guys' comments. So if you want to comment anything like your opinions about this what if, any what ifs you'd like to see in the future, or even just something as I like potatoes, feel free to do so. I read them and reply to many of them when I can. So, well, yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and also, hopefully need things calm down so I can make more videos. More frequently. Anyways, bye.